how have you guys attacked this bye week, knowing that you got 2 games in a span of like 5 days coming up on the back end of this, whoever wants to start?
I would just say taking the opportunity to allow your body to relax and rest. I think Coach probably mentioned this, but we're able to take a step back and focus on a lot of technique too. So I think that's useful to just refresh your brain with that, and it gives you a little bit of extra time to prep for the Sam Houston game too. So
yeah, it's always nice for a bye week, especially like when we have some short games coming up, like the Thursday and Tuesday games. So just having Coach to be able to realize that we have those games coming up and using our bodies and not over pushing us, but still getting the work in. That's how we're using the bye week this week.
Again, for both of you, how much were you able to watch the game last night? Did you just go to bed, try to get some rest?
I watched like the first quarter, then I went to sleep. I was tired already by that time, so I didn't have that much. I didn't watch that much of the game.
Yeah, we had to get here pretty early, so I think I watched the first half. All the tight ends went to Coach Dutt's house and had some food together and turned on the game. So,
have you guys ever played on a Thursday or Tuesday night in college? And what are you expecting or hoping that this environment will be like here Thursday night, especially with the student section?
I haven't played on a Thursday or Tuesday at all. It's going to be different for us just because, we usually practice or get ready to get on a flight the next day and stuff like that. So, but I know the fans are going to show up. We have a great fan base every time, so I know the students will show up. So it'll be a cool little switch up from Thursday to Saturday. So,
yeah, I think my week revolves around football. So this day feels like this day because I do this in football. So it'll definitely mix things up, but I think they're also letting students out of class after 12, so I think it'll be a good environment. It'll be a lot of fun.
How quickly do you feel like you've adapted to this offense? Has it been quicker than you expected? We see the results on the field. It looks like it's come easier for you than maybe you would think in your first year in it.
Yeah.
What's it been like?
The offense has been a lot different than I thought it would be. At first, I just thought triple option. I didn't know. I was just from the outside looking in, but I think just Coach Korn, the tight ends coach, Coach Ledutko, do a great job of just helping us understand and giving us what we can take little by little and adding little bits and pieces here and there. So they've made it really easy for me.
But as a tight end, how much fun is it to catch the ball? I think last year, you probably have already passed what you did last year as far as in receiving. How much fun is that to be more involved in the pass game?
It's a ton of fun. I played receiver until my senior year of high school, so growing up, that's kind of what I did and what I was. The blocking's fun too. Don't get me wrong, but we all love catching passes. But so it's a lot of fun.
Kobe, you like catching passes too.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I tell the offensive guys every time I could go play receiver if I wanted to, but one day hopefully they give me that chance.
How is this defense? Do you think you guys have picked up where you left off last year in terms of energy and vibe on the defense, or if it's different, how?
It's definitely picked up. I think we're more here now. We're more connected than ever. I love how we are all as teammates, even offense, defensive wise. So I think that has actually helped us play together more and stronger more and stuff like that. So we have the chemistry, and then it obviously shows up. So that's how we're able to keep this good thing going on. It's a culture thing, we set it from the standpoint, set it from last year, it keeps it going. So
how cool has it been to see Tyron, really break out of his shell this year?
No, it's great, man. I'm so proud of Tyron. He's been here for a long time, so it's good when just to see that a process of staying down and keep being patient, keep striking the stone. You know what I'm saying? Then obviously the plays come up when he makes the plays. He's great. He's a great leader. He's a great teammate. So I'm proud of Tyron.
What about having Kendi back last week? How much did that help the defense? It seemed like you guys were a lot more TFLs and pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, Kendi's a dog, man. I love Kendi. I remember as soon as the pregame, we were all watching film. We do a little thing. We watch film before the game, stuff like that. He's having fun, excited, giving us that energy. Oh, TFL 9, sack 9. So it showed on the field too. And he celebrated me with my turnover. I celebrated him with his takeaway. It was great to have Kendi back.
Last year, every game was standalone, right, as an independent. This year in a conference, how do you feel like it changes maybe the importance of these games and how the importance kind of builds as you get now deeper into the year?
Yeah, there's a conference championship that we have our sights on, so I think it just adds meaning, especially those conference games. However the rankings work, we know if we win, we're in favor for that 13th game, and that's the goal, and that's what we're looking towards. So, yeah, it adds more meaning to all of it.
And Bentley, Sam Houston on defense, they've held basically everybody they've played
Yeah.
to not a lot of points, right? I mean, BYU, I think they held them to 14. What have you seen from them on that side of the ball that's kind of led to their success so far?
Yeah, I think they're good. I think we need to take them seriously. I think teams can put themselves in a trap when they just look at a team's record and then adjust their preparation off of that. And so we're approaching this just like every other week. This is a good team. We'll respect them, and that's what's going to allow us to play good next Thursday.
Bentley, what is it about this offense that allows tight ends to be so successful? I mean, you look at previously where Coach Chadwell was, and
Yeah.
likely in the numbers he put up.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of different factors that go into it. I think this is probably said a lot, but if you can block and block and block, you can lull them to sleep, and then that creates a lot of opportunities for unique pass plays where you can get open, and then that's just on top of other good concepts that Coach Korn is going to call in the game. So.
Our color analyst, Joe Yock, says his call, take a ride in my Bentley. How would you grade that? Take a ride in my Bentley Hanshaw.
Yeah, it was a little alarming at first. It took me by surprise.
That's fine. I like that.
I think it's a good play on words. I was not named after the car. A lot of people ask that. My grandpa's middle name was Bentley. Maybe he was named after the car. But great name. 8 out of 10. I'd say higher, but I've heard that my whole life, so I've heard a lot.
Kobe, look at their offense. We know the struggles coming in, but last night looked like they kind of got on track.
Mm-hmm.
Just from what you've seen of them so far, what do you make of Sam Houston and what they do?
I think they're a team that they do a lot of screens and checkdowns and short intermediate game, passing game, stuff like that, and then they also run the ball. But I think for us, we just need to be keyed in on the details, you know what I'm saying? Make sure we have good eyes, good technique, make sure we're not worried about the screens coming rally, good eyes and screen and go, stuff like that. So I think they're a team that obviously could score. I mean, they scored last night, and so we can't let that go over ahead of us. So